In just a short while from now, the flag hoisting ceremony at the new Parliament building is set to begin. The Vice President and the Rajya Sabha Chairperson, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar, will hoist the national flag at the new Parliament building in just a short while from now, and there you can see preparations are underway for that. The Vice President, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar, has arrived at the new Parliament building along with the other union ministers and the Lok Sabha Speaker. All of them are there at the new Parliament building for this important flag hoisting ceremony. Remember, the new Parliament building was officially inaugurated by PM Modi back in May this year, but this is the first time the flag is being hoisted there. Union ministers, including the Lok Sabha and also the Lok Sabha Speaker, Mr. Om Birla, all are there at the new Parliament building for the flag hoisting ceremony, and this comes ahead of the special session of the Assembly that will begin tomorrow. Let's listen in.
वर्तमान की कर्तव्यनिष्ठ था और भविष्य के सपनों का भी एक प्रतिबिंब है। तो चलिए इस पल को सदा के लिए यादगार बनाएं और मेरा सादर अनुरोध माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति एवं राज्यसभा सभापति श्री जगदीप धनखड़ जी से कि आप कृपया ध्वजारोहण के लिए आएं। साथ ही माननीय लोकसभा अध्यक्ष श्री ओम बिरला जी से कि इस अवसर पर आपकी उपस्थिति का विनम्र आग्रह है। तिरंगे का सम्मान रोम रोम में इस कदर बस गया, तिरंगे का सम्मान रोम रोम में इस कदर बस गया, जहां भी देखा मैंने तिरंगा सलाम के लिए हाथ खुद ब खुद उठ गया, हाथ खुद ब खुद उठ गया। आप सभी से राष्ट्रगान के लिए सादर अनुरोध। स्टॉप करो सर, अरे स्टॉप करवाओ, अरे स्टॉप करवाओ यार।
राष्ट्र सलाम चल।
The national flag has been hoisted at the new Parliament building by the Vice President of the country, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar, in the presence of top union ministers and other members of Parliament. But the leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, is not present there, saying that he was not informed about this on time. Remember, the new Parliament building was inaugurated in the month of May this year, and today was the flag hoisting ceremony at the new Parliament building ahead of the 5-day special session of the Parliament that has been called from September 18th to 22nd. Now, during this special session, in all likelihood, the proceedings and the functioning of the Parliament are set to shift from the old Parliament House to the new Parliament House, and ahead of that, this flag hoisting ceremony has been held this morning, led by the Vice President of the country, Jagdeep. Dhankar. You can also see the Lok Sabha Speaker, Mr. Om Birla, there with him for this flag hoisting ceremony, which comes a day before the 5-day Parliament session that will begin on the 18th of September. That has several important bills that have been listed for discussion, that have been listed for passing as well. Now, the Vice President, Mr. Dhankar, has hoisted the national flag from the Gaj Dwar of the new Parliament building, and during the special session, the proceedings of the Parliament are likely to shift to the new Parliament building. Now, importantly, as I also mentioned, the Congress President and the Leader of the Opposition in the Rajya Sabha, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, said he will not attend the flag hoisting function in the new Parliament, and he expressed disappointment over getting the invite quite late. He also wrote a letter to the Rajya Sabha Secretary General saying that he received the invite for the function only late evening of September 15th, and that's why he couldn't make it for the flag hoisting ceremony on 17th morning, which is today. So several important union leaders, several other members of Parliament from several opposition parties are all there for the flag hoisting ceremony, but the Leader of the Opposition of the Rajya Sabha and the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge is not there, complaining that he was not informed well in time. But other than that, you can see that other union ministers, also the Congress's leader of the House in the Lok Sabha, Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, seems to be present there at the flag hoisting ceremony. So while Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge is not there for the flag hoisting ceremony, other senior leaders of the Congress party are there, and some of them can be seen in these visuals that we're getting you from the new Parliament building. Along with them, the other top ministers of the BJP government, including Mr. Piyush Goyal, the Minister of Commerce and Industry, including the Law Minister, Mr. Meghwal, all can be seen there at the flag hoisting ceremony that is being held in the new Parliament building. Now, as I've mentioned, that during this session, this might be the first session when the proceedings of the House might actually go to the new Parliament building from the old Parliament building. Though the Parliament building was inaugurated in May 2023, still the proceedings of the last session of the Parliament, the monsoon session, were held in the old Parliament building. But the expectation is that during this session, the special session of the Parliament that has been called from September 18th to 22nd, during that session, the proceedings of the House are likely to move to the new Parliament building from the old Parliament building. And ahead of that, this flag hoisting ceremony has been held today. Now, as we are also mentioning, Mr. Kharge is absent from the flag hoisting ceremony, and he wrote a letter saying that I'm writing this with a sense of disappointment that I received your invite for flag hoisting function at the new Parliament building only on September 15th, which is quite late in the evening. So that's why he's not there. But other than that, top ministers there at the flag hoisting ceremony, and the flag has been hoisted by the Rajya Sabha chairperson and the Vice President of the country, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar. Now, if we also talk about the agenda for the Parliament session that will start tomorrow, then there are several important bills that have been listed. Till last week, there was no clarity over what this special session has been called for, and there were rumors about introducing the Women's Reservation Bill, UCC, One Nation, One Election, among others. But the government has lined up a discussion on the parliamentary journey of 75 years, and the government will also present certain important bills, including the Advocates Bill and the Press and Registration of Periodics Bill in the Lok Sabha. Those are the important matters on the agenda for the special session of the Parliament, and ahead of that, the flag has been hoisted at the new Parliament building. We'll take a short break now. News continues on the other side. Do stay tuned.
The Amity Law School, ranked among the top 10 in India, educates some of the most brilliant students who get recruited by top law firms and go for higher studies to leading universities like Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge and UCL.
To apply, visit amity.edu.
ये है हेलोनिक्स, इंडिया का सबसे हेटेड बल्ब।
ये राहुल को पसंद नहीं, ईशा को पसंद नहीं, सोनू बंटी बबली को नहीं, जानी को सलोनी को नहीं। जब भी शाम को बिजली गई, इस बल्ब को देखो फर्क पड़ा ही नहीं।
सही
नहीं, यानी पढ़ाई में आया नो ब्रेक, लाइट बिना ब्रेक चलती गई।
पेश है हेलोनिक्स इन्वर्टर बल्ब, जो लाइट जाने के बाद भी चलता रहे। फ्यूचर इज दिस हेलोनिक्स।
राजस्थान मेरी जान, जीवन हुआ यहाँ आसान। राजस्थान मेरी जान, जीवन हुआ यहाँ आसान। गैस सिलेंडर मिल रहा सस्ता, खुल रहा है बचत का रास्ता। महंगाई से मिल रही राहत, है जीवन में बढ़त की चाहत।
खिलखिलाते चेहरों और खुशनुमा रसोई का राजस्थान, जहां इंदिरा गांधी गैस सिलेंडर सब्सिडी योजना के तहत उज्ज्वला और बीपीएल परिवारों को गैस सिलेंडर अब सिर्फ 500 रुपए में।
बिजली में छूट मिली घर घर, दिन और रात और शाम शहर, हर खेत में खिलती है मुस्कान। राजस्थान मेरी जान।
अब राजस्थान में हर किसी के लिए है 100 यूनिट घरेलू बिजली मुफ्त, और किसान के लिए तो 2000 यूनिट तक की छूट।
पुरानी पेंशन लौटी है, वही हिफाजत लौटी है, रिटायरमेंट फिर से सम्मान। राजस्थान मेरी जान।
पूरा जीवन सरकारी सेवा में खपाने वालों के लिए ओपीएस का तोहफा। इसके अलावा वृद्धजन, एकल नारी और विशेष योग्य जन को भी मिल रही कम से कम 1000 रुपए महीना पेंशन।
सभी स्वस्थ हो, सभी सुरक्षित, हक से कोई रहे न वंचित, हर निर्णय में जन कल्याण। राजस्थान मेरी जान।
मुख्यमंत्री चिरंजीवी स्वास्थ्य बीमा योजना, यानी हर परिवार के लिए 25 लाख का स्वास्थ्य बीमा और 10 लाख का दुर्घटना बीमा अलग।
बढ़ रही चारों ओर खुशहाली, किसी की थाली अब नहीं है खाली। बच्चे सुनहरा भविष्य गढ़ते, युवा निरंतर आगे बढ़ते, सही हाथों में रही कमान, जीवन हुआ यहाँ आसान। राजस्थान मेरी जान, मेरी जान। राजस्थान मेरी शान। राजस्थान।
Colors by Cola makes you wish everything was as vibrant.
On the urban agenda, we ask, is the electric bus rollout fast enough to meet the rising needs of clean transportation in Indian cities?
The most interesting part of any electric vehicle, in this case electric bus, is its cost of operations, which is way, way lower than a diesel or an equivalent CNG bus.
The way I look at it, I think the early adopters are, of course, buses we are going to do, passenger service vehicles, which is auto rickshaws and cabs. Then two-wheeler segment is also going to see a very rapid, accelerated kind of an adoption.
Namaskar, this is Amitabh Bachchan. Welcome in our journey towards good health for all Indians. Banega Swasth India Season 9, brought to you by NDTV and Dettol. We start with the goal of trying to ensure that all Indians, regardless of their social, cultural and economic background, have access to healthcare. Good health cannot be a luxury. It must become a right for every Indian. Before independence, the average life expectancy for an Indian was 31 years. Today, it is 71 years. Let us make it our goal to ensure that when India turns 100, we can say that every Indian has seen 1,000 full moons in their lifetime. Sahasrapurna Chandrodayam. Or that every Indian celebrates a healthy 80th birthday. We can only do this if we all come together and pledge to make it happen. So join and support the NDTV Dettol Banega Swasth India campaign. Lakshya Sampurn Swasthya. Let's do this together. Thank you.
Aam Aadmi Clinic. The people of Punjab have a unique shine on their faces. They have smiles, embrace a healthy lifestyle, and have confidence that the Punjab government has provided them with all healthcare facilities near their residences. The Punjab government has opened public clinics in villages, towns and cities which are dedicated to serve the people of Punjab. So far, 664 Aam Aadmi clinics have been established throughout Punjab. Each clinic has an appointed MBBS doctor and lab staff. All these clinics are functioning digitally, maintaining complete patient records on tablets provided to MBBS doctors and lab staff. This allows patients to seek treatment and medication in any clinic based on their records. Treatment at these public clinics is completely free, including 100 types of medications and 41 types of tests. Since the opening of these clinics by the Punjab government, more than 47 lakh patients have received free treatment.
दवाई भी इत्थों मिल जाती है, टेस्ट भी इत्थे कीते जांदे हैं, सानू किते जाण दी लोड़ नहीं, ना सानू कोई पैसा देना पैंदा जी।
96 ਤੋਂ 97% ਲੋਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਕਲੀਨਿਕਾਂ ਚੋਂ ਠੀਕ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਘਰੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਰੰਗਲਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ 'ਚ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਿਹਤਮੰਦ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ।
The Punjab government is leading the state towards a path of development.
Welcome back. The national flag has been hoisted at the new Parliament building by the Vice President of the country and the Rajya Sabha chairperson, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar, ahead of the special session of the Parliament that is going to begin tomorrow and will go on till the 22nd of September. My colleague Maria Shakil joining us for more details on this. And Maria, we saw that, of course, the new Parliament building was inaugurated by PM Modi in the month of May this year. But now the flag hoisting ceremony is completed and the special session is going to begin tomorrow. So in all likelihood, the proceedings are going to shift from the old Parliament building to the new Parliament building?
That's right. So tomorrow will be day one of the 5-day special session, Priyanshi. And on day one, it will be in the old building. And it is on 19th when the proceedings shift to the new Parliament building. And, this is a building which has increased seating capacity, and the entire interiors is being said to reflect both the ancient and the modern India. So I think the triangular shaped building that we saw on our television screen just a few minutes back also talks about how the geometry becomes important in various facets of it. But the old Parliament building, Priyanshi, reflects the larger history and tradition of India. For all of us who have covered Parliament for years, we have seen multiple speeches in the old Parliament building, which have made it to our, the common man's dialogues as well in conversations. So the hope certainly is that even in the new Parliament building, there'll be greater dialogue, greater speeches by both the sides. And so, as far as the government is concerned, they have released their list of agenda, which doesn't really have all that has been speculated so far. But the sense certainly is that there could be a surprise. Whether that surprise is planned for Tuesday or Wednesday, or maybe later, that remains to be seen. But today, the Vice President, in the presence of Mr. Om Birla, who is the Lok Sabha Speaker, and other dignitaries, which included the Parliamentary Affairs Minister and others, has completed the flag hoisting ceremony, which was completed just a few moments back at the new Parliament building. But all eyes certainly would now be what will be the surprise item in this special session. Because, when the government called for the special session, there was a lot of speculation as to what could be happening here, in the sense that will there be some resolution to rename the country and going for some kind of constitutional amendment from moving from India to Bharat. Well, for the moment, that is not listed in the list of business that the government has put out. Neither is other aspects which included UCC and other speculation which was there. So for the moment, the government is talking about long days of discussions and debates from both the sides. But yes, let's see what really pans out from tomorrow onwards. Usually, Priyanshi, the tradition that we have seen is that on day one, it's largely about opposition taking up issues and saying that these are the issues which have been ignored by the government, which should be put on the day's agenda, which includes the developing situation in the Kashmir Valley right now because of the encounter which is ongoing, and also some issues which opposition thinks are very important, including unemployment and also rising inflation.
Right. Maria Shakir, thanks very much for joining us this morning with all those details. As Maria pointed out, that it is in this Parliament session that the proceedings are all set to move from the old Parliament building to the new Parliament building.